The first step to becoming a top expert is to learn to conduct effective review. Because the speed of a person's progress depends on the speed of reviewing things. The faster a person draws experience from an event, summarizes lessons, discovers rules, and iterates methods, the faster the person grows in this event. The famous 10,000-hour rule is the fundamental path for people to eventually become top masters. It is not to simply repeat 10,000 hours on one thing, but to spend 10,000 hours constantly reviewing and adjusting it on this. In other words, only exercises that have been reviewed effectively are high-quality exercises. Otherwise, they are just low-level diligence. But in reality, we have written a lot of daily, weekly, monthly, and year-end summaries. But why do problems still exist and changes have never happened? Because many people seem to be reviewing, but they are often just emotionally entangled or stay on the surface of the problem. And the conclusions they draw are casual and perfunctory, and they cannot guide their further action iterations at all. For example, many people often simply and crudely summarize their unsatisfactory test scores as being careless this time, as long as they are more careful next time. This is a typical ineffective review, because the essence behind the problem is not found, and no specific improvement plan is obtained. Therefore, there is a high probability that many low-level mistakes will be made in the next exam, and the results are still not ideal. The real effective review is to find out through the low-level mistakes on the surface that the real root of the problem may be the poor grasp of formulas and theorems, or poor calculation ability, or reading habits that easily miss words and skip words. Accurately finding the real problem is the first step to solve any problem, and it is also the most critical step in effective review. So how can we do an effective review? The first step is to align the goal. First, look at what you are doing now to see if it is really serving your original goal. Many times, our actions do not get the expected results, and the problem often lies in the goal. If you don't set a clear goal before doing something or only have a vague direction, then it is easy to gradually deviate from the goal in the process of doing things, or even go in the opposite direction and do useless work. For example, if your goal is just to learn English well, this goal will not be able to guide the next action at all, and the result is likely to be fruitless. However, if your goal is to reach a vocabulary of 8,000 words within 3 months, read foreign journals without obstacles, and reach the level of listening at level 6, aligning this goal can effectively train your various English abilities and evaluate the training effect according to the standard of the goal. A sufficiently clear and specific goal is the premise for judging whether the action is effective. The second step is to summarize the facts. According to the original goal, what did you do, what results did you get now, where did you complete the goal, and where did you not complete it? Is the goal completed because of what you did right, and the goal not completed because of what you have not done yet? Regardless of whether the final result is success or failure, don't just focus on what you did right or wrong, but summarize the process of an event from an objective perspective, because only objective facts can derive effective conclusions. The third step is to analyze the problem. The so-called problem is the gap between the goal and the current situation. After clarifying the problem, analyze the deep-seated reasons behind the problem. You can use the 5 why method to explore the root cause of the problem layer by layer, or you can use the man-machine material method loop model in modern management theory for a comprehensive analysis, that is, personnel, machines, raw materials, methods, and environment. For example, reviewing the reasons for your unsatisfactory grades from a human perspective, you can analyze the teacher's teaching level, your ability to master and apply knowledge points, and the influence of your classmates, etc. The machine is to analyze the use of tools you use for learning, such as tutorials, exercises, review materials, learning software, etc. The raw materials are to analyze whether the difficulty of this exam is too great, or whether the difficulty of the questions you usually brush is sufficient, etc. The method is to analyze whether your learning method is scientific and whether your skills in answering questions are simple and efficient. Finally, the environment is to see the impact of the learning environment, living environment, and examination environment on yourself. In short, only by analyzing the problem in depth and comprehensively can you accurately and effectively locate the essential cause. The fourth step is iterative action. Find an improvement plan according to your own analysis conclusions, and be able to apply it to subsequent actions, rather than just empty talk. It is far from enough to just find the problem and find the cause. It is necessary to implement specific optimization actions to truly and effectively review the situation. You can make your next action plan specific to 5W1H, that is, what to do, why to do it, when to do it, where to do it, who to do it, and how to do it. Even if you only make a little progress after each review, as long as you can continue to iterate, you can also make a huge leap. The fifth step is to summarize the rules. You must be able to extract a methodology from everything you have done. The so-called methodology is to form a fixed and standardized process based on the rules of what we want to achieve is not just a certain accidental success, but to get the expected results every time we follow this set of methodologies in the future. Only when you can transform your experience into a replicable and implementable methodology can you truly master a thing. And this is the key to becoming a top expert. The so-called masters are not gifted or hardworking. They just summarize enough rules for one thing and master the correct methodology. If you can effectively review all your actions towards your goals according to the 5 steps of aligning goals, summarizing facts, analyzing problems, iterating actions, and summarizing rules, and finally precipitate them into written records, you will definitely be able to witness your rapid growth and progress, and become a top expert step by step. Finally, 2024 is about to pass. How have you been this year? What stories have you experienced this year? Let's spend a little time here and review our 2024 with 6 questions. Use a word or sentence to summarize your keywords for 2024. Review the completion of your goals and current progress in the past year. Review your highlights in this year. Which moments make you feel the most accomplished and happy when you recall them? Do you have any regrets this year? So, how did it happen? Set a clear and specific goal for yourself in 2025. Leave a message for the upcoming 2025. It is recommended that you refer to the above questions and leave your review of this year in the comment area. I am looking forward to seeing everyone's growth and gains this year. I hope that in the future, we can continue to meet and accompany each other. I will continue to accompany you to evolve infinitely. I am grateful for meeting you this year. I wish you all a happy new year.